the thing about Riot Grrrl is that it started very early around where I lived, and it kind of blew up and imploded and then went out into the rest of the world. So by the time I was working at Kel Rockstars in like 1994, Riot Grrrl wasn't really a term that anybody was using anymore where I lived. But it was really resonating outside of Olympia and it kind of moving on and evolving from there. It's a wider, more cultural movement for sure, but I think specifically about the music industry was, hardcore was really male dominated in a really physical way, and so punk and hardcore in the 80s, there were definitely women involved, there always were, but it was, I think, a little bit harder for women physically to sort of be present, that being in the pit was mildly dangerous. And, for some women that playing that kind of music might not be as maybe what they wanted to do, but I think in a lot of ways it was a response to Reagan, it was a response to Bush, it was a response to the country being more politically conservative. I think if you look at the 80s, they really are very like gender traditional. It's kind of like a throwback to the 50s almost in a lot of ways. And so I think just a response to all of that was like, it was time. It was time, and it came out in this very loud way of just girls to the front,